Alright. Delete my channel. Thanks, Kay. Another day, another stream. Another day, another stream. Oh. That's not what I want to do. Okay, so, you know, yesterday's antics are not today's antics. Oh, what? I got a call 13 minutes ago. I don't know what happened. I gotta take a call and stream. I wonder what happened. Yeah, Money Colin. Alright, so, dude. Put it on speaker. No. So I got this like I bought this sweater for like $50 the other day. You know, I'm expanding my wardrobe out a little bit. I'm also thinning out my wardrobe. That's currently what I'm doing. I also have like a few different things that oh. Yo, what happened, bro? You called me?
There's chairs in front of the bank across the street. I'm about to leave, so.
There's chairs in front of the bank? What kind of chairs?
Folding chairs, desk chairs.
You want me to go get them or what?
I just want you to go see what it looks like.
Did you take a picture?
No, I didn't. I was watching.
You're in a rush. I mean, were they worth?
There's one that's worth. It doesn't like two of them have like armrests, and the one that I was thinking doesn't.
To replace the shitty chair that we have, right? The one that like everyone falls on.
Yeah.
Yeah. After stream, I'll go check it out. You said it's by the Chase.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna fit, to be honest.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, it's in front of the bank. But if you already started streaming.
Yeah, I did start streaming already. It's all right. We'll find other chairs.
Yeah, we'll look. I'll start looking on Facebook because I gotta start looking for side tables.
All right. All right, man. Have a good day at work, bro.
Have a good stream.
Later. Yeah, just casual. All right. Well. No, I'm not doing that side mission. It just like it's like I mean, I already started streaming and I also don't want to go. I'm kind of lazy. I don't really want to go like all the way to the Chase and like it's kind of a walk too. And I to get chairs, like to get a chair, and then lug it back. It's not really worth. I'd rather just go and like go on like Facebook Marketplace and like find something that's like 10 times better. Thank you, hater. Dude, yeah, I don't know how many people were in here from yesterday's stream. Who was in here from yesterday's stream? Yesterday's stream was pretty wild. I do want to do more event stuff. Like eventful things. Drinking Josh on stream. Such a bad call. Such a bad call. Everything's clipped? What did you clip exactly? Dude, I got this like new, so, alright. I got this new like, this like cool little, it's like a boxing sweater. It's like cinched at the waist, but the thing is though, it's like, the sleeves, man. I don't know if that's like a deliberate choice of, like, it just being like that. It being short, but I just wish the sleeves were a little longer, but it fits me. Except the sleeves. I think it's a deliberate, but whatever. The Yuta fit. Is that what he was wearing in was that what he was wearing? What's up, Hangman Edwin? Welcome back to stream. You can wash the dishes without getting them shits wet. It feels like a, like... It kind of feels like, what do you call it? You said Yuta fit, right? Like, Goon Urban Dictionary? I'm assuming from JJK, right? I don't really see it. I mean, I guess kind of similar. Not really. He has like a chef, like kind of a chef shirt sort of situation going on. It's two chats. It just looks like a chef shirt to me. And it's like, nah, it's completely different. But I guess I think his sleeves are rolled up though. Oh no, it's just like that. That actually might be, I guess that might be just a style, right? It's so weird though, because it feels like it should be longer. No way. Alright, well. Yuta inspired outfits. I hate his new hairstyle, like. I like the more spiky. It just looks like strange. I don't like his hairstyle. They should have given him a wolf cut, bro. I guess it couldn't be spiky because of Itadori. It's back day. Dude, always. Where's my GF? You suck at being weave. I think like, I don't know if like, what do you call it? Kay's my co-partner in the brand. I introduced her yesterday on stream, like earlier, if you were in there earlier. Yeah, last night was a little intense, I'd say.
Every lunch for the past 2.
Not kind of hectic, I'd say. I had a trend follower tell me I don't know how to dress. It's because they're into fashion, that's why. Oh, why am I in gray? Where's a black Yoji sweater? Oh, the one that I was wearing yesterday? Yeah, they were a fashion MF. I want to play some music. That's what we need. We need some Spotify music. I'm gonna be playing some Minecraft music actually from C418. Are my headphones broken? No, it's just like really light. I was like, is my headphones broken? Because I could barely hear this. I guess I'm also wearing a beanie, so it's kind of hard to hear. It's like not completely on my ears. All right. If that's too loud, like, I'll make sure to lower that. I asked him who Raf Simons is. Is IK too loud? Streamer. Dude, Tati's out doing whatever Tati does. Jelk maxing. Sampling vibrators and such. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see, that's the thing is, like, I don't know TOS for like for streaming just in general, but that kind of was cooked. So cooked. I was kind of I was a little apprehensive, a little afraid, a little scared even. You don't know, you don't necessarily know what's fine with what's going on or not. Bull maxing in chat. No, actually, the AR comments were kind of funny. I can't lie. Like, I enjoy me a little edge, I guess. But like, some of those comments were like intense, like super intense. Today, sky is the limits today. What shampoo brands could recommend? No, I wouldn't do Head and Shoulders. Hey man, sometimes wearing color's fine. I mean, this is like gray. It's like a heather gray like sweatshirt. It's just like, you know, something nice. Tender Live. Oh, you know what we could do today? So I don't know if many of you guys know in chat, but like I do have a scheduled streaming kind of like schedule now going on. So I will be streaming on I stream very on Wednesdays and Thursdays between either 3 or 4. That's when I start. I usually start at 4 or like a little bit before 4. That seems to be working out for me better just because I'm able to get like a lot more done. But no, this is a gray. It's the light. It's not yellow. Oh, also I have this light on. So if I turn that off, maybe now it's gray. POV Riz videos. When I'm in the house, I wear gray because I have cats. Oh, that's true. I don't have any pets though. That's the thing. So today we're gonna be looking at the Tinder profiles. So only two people made me a Tinder profile in my Discord. So I'm gonna leave the Discord here in chat, and I'm gonna pin that. If anyone wants to join, feel free to do that. I don't have any pets right now, unfortunately, but okay, so let's pull up Discord. Can we not visually see that? What? No. Okay, that's cool. I guess I can't show Discord. Do you co-wash your hair or scalp as well? So when you co-wash, you're only conditioning your hair. You don't want to necessarily use conditioner ever on your scalp. I mean, it should be okay. Now it works. Funny. Okay, well. I wonder why it gets cut off there. Weird. Okay, well, today I kind of want to go over the Discord in terms of like what we can see here. Okay, so we got a lot going on. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. Whatever. So as we can see, just from my screen alone. Okay, so we only have like 2 accounts that were made, which are, where are they? So this is a first account, right? I gotta be honest. This is not. This is kind of hell. I can't lie. So that's the first picture of the Tinder profile. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know why this was like the first picture that would be picked for a Tinder profile. Like, there's so many other better pictures that I feel like would make that even better. Like, I actually don't understand why this is the picture that was used, like, at all. Like, this to me doesn't make too much sense. But that's the second picture, right? And it says about me: I love fashion, I goon and beat all day, I listen to math rock, and I have autism. Like, so I'm always really curious about like what people like. Like, okay, here we are. We get to the better part. Essentials. I don't know. Okay, 3'1", he they. My weird but true story is I eat my own cum. My interests are J-pop, SoundCloud, gym, gin tonic, and gymnastics. Long term, open to short. I'm not polyamorous, but yes, okay. My zodiac, Aquarius. Education, just PhD in what? PhD in what? Exactly. Communication style, better in person. Love style, touch. Pets, cat. I have a dog. I've never owned a cat. Drinking most nights. Smoking. I'm a smoker apparently, and I work out every day. These are also the other pictures that were chosen. Like, this is so bad. Like, I don't understand why that is so pixelated. And I have cats, I guess, and a bear. I would not swipe on this profile. Now we have another profile here, which is this one, which they just they drew me as a woman, which this is pretty cool. I kind of like this. This is pretty sick. Looking for figuring it out, open exploring. About me, you suck at makeup. All right. Now these are 6'2", has to be 6'2". Fashion hater period at Slay Queen Core. California University of Penn. New York. Don't know what that means. LEL. Straight asexual questioning. Do people think I'm asexual? Now apparently I'm Arabic. I'm assuming this is like speaking. English, Latin, and Russian. The first item on my bucket list is a Yoji lipstick. You can find me in an office building. My thighs are 30 inches. Guess what else is? Zodiac Cancer. A PhD. I want children and vaccinated for the COVID thing. INFJ. I don't know what an INFJ was. We did my personality type, which was yesterday. I'm the architect, but I don't know what INFJ is. Bad texter, compliments. Pets are bird. I drink most nights, smoker when drinking, and then workout gym rat. Interest, self-care, gym. Coffee, jiu-jitsu, and League of Legends. And then my anthem is Gold Digger. Rarest personality, is it? INFJ. Other than that, I don't think there's any. Oh, I think this is the other one. This might be more serious. About me, maybe I would talk to me. Also, Yoji Yamamoto is good. And these are, I guess, the pictures that they chose of me. Apparently his GF approves of this. The Plantasia, of course. Looking for new friends. I want to see the, my dog. See, I have a dog. I don't have a cat. I guess I can't really see the bottom of this. And then it's just like people. That's it. So there was only 3 profiles. I didn't really get to see much. In in anything. I need a better profile, like, altogether, I'd say, you know? Personally speaking here. I thought it would be better, personally, but, you know, doesn't get any better than that, I guess. Alright, let's, INFJ, right? INFJ? Personality type? I'm trying to see. Was it INFJ? Was that what that personality was? They tend to approach life. Oh, the counselor? Or is that like, wait, what was, I forgot what the archetype was. Till when can you make a profile? I guess like for this month, because I'm still like figuring out but what is INFJ though? The advocate? I mean, if you just DM me on Instagram, I guess I could just kind of like consolidate a bunch of like the what do you call it? These things together, I guess, but until then there's not too much I can do. I was INTJ. INTJ? Yeah, I was the architect. That's what I got yesterday. If anyone was here yesterday, that was what I got. Well, introverted, intuitive, thinking, judging. I'm not entirely sure. Is that what it is? Let me see. I remember doing it yesterday. It's whatever. I literally had it on my screen, like, earlier, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go... Let's browse YouTube. East Asia is obsessed with luxury. I spent 500 hours rotting in bed. What is... Omega Virgin? Questions, what is the best haircut for anime-like head? Huge top, small bottom. Dude, I don't know. You would have to go based off like your what do you call it? Alright, we're gonna stop the music. We're gonna watch like a YouTube video. You'd have to go based off your face shape, I think, like for the most things. Are these really the best fashion YouTubers? Wow. TikTok fashion brain rot. What do we watch, chat? What are we feeling like looking at right now? What hair would suit a round face? Carson has decent fashion videos. I know Carson. A round, like, I don't know, you just go like round head haircuts. Or it's like round face. Yeah, look, there it is. The brush back. Midlife with pompadour taper fade. The undercut, I don't know. Feels like not that crazy to like look it up, look into it somewhat, you know? A common fashion mistakes you should stop making. Let's learn chaos, magic, and alchemy. This is my recommended tab, yeah. This is like kind of what I get on a day-to-day basis. Too Mad passed away at 23. I don't believe this. This has to be a troll. There's no way he's dead. Wait, did he actually? Did he actually die?
Age of 23. Allegedly, he had not been heard from by friends or family for 5 or so days, and a wellness check was instigated. Reports indicate police found him inside his home. The streamer was first known for his Overwatch gameplay.
Wait, he actually, wait, what? he actually died? What? I'm kind of curious. I didn't know that. He died playing OW. Are we watching it? I guess we're watching this. I'm kind of curious.
More passion into a business with Shopify and break sales records.
Whatever.
And then became huge for memes and skits, as well as Zoom bombing during the height of the COVID pandemic. He operated on levels of irony so deep that
Well,
you never knew whether he was joking or being completely serious. To the
it's only a
point where
2-minute
videos
video.
like Uncancelable, Too Mad were often published. However, it was well known that he had ongoing mental health issues for years.
And there was like this switch that flipped. And I'm guessing it's when he started taking drugs, because he started to get really, he went down a really bad path.
And
I feel like that always happens.
Allegations against the streamer cropped up, which seemed to put a sizable
I actually
dent in his
watched.
reputation.
I watched a lot of that,
Investigations
like
of his death are
the
ongoing,
allegation
although
thing.
some
That was
find
like
him
pretty
on the
interesting.
Los Angeles County coroner's website as deceased. It's already at the point where memes about his death are being produced, so large are the ripples created from news regarding his passing. It just goes to show how uninterested the internet can be at one stage, as well as how intense it can be at another, as some seem happy to see that he died, whilst others are upset that he passed so young. The fact is that Too Mad had become such a controversial figure as of late that any particular news about his activity was receiving unparalleled levels of attention, so for his death to be so suddenly reported was bound to achieve exactly the same result. Social media has become a cesspool of bizarre references and eulogies for a man who seemed particularly proficient at confusing the masses, and it is extremely clear that he was having deep difficulties. This is what happens when a person with a million-strong following is able to broadcast every thought and every moment of his life at any given second, as it seems Plenty invested what he had to say despite the majority of it being pure gibberish. In 2024, it is possible for any person to have a massive social media presence no matter what type of character they possess, as anything extreme is generally deemed entertaining whether or not it is actually healthy to consume. In short, the passing of Too Mad exposes some extremely intense elements of online culture, and the fact that a person so in need of help for so long was unable to get it is a tragedy.
Wow. Interesting. I actually didn't know he died. Yeah, I mean, people make memes of like. I just feel like that's like his kind of demographic, anyways. Like, his like the people that were watching him were just like into memes and stuff. So. Clothes that will always get you compliments. What's your fashion zodiac? Nico Minecraft vids? Well, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I'm on my Fashion Elitist account, which I don't necessarily use to watch YouTube videos, like, at all. Only if I'm on stream I'll use it, but, like, on my other stream, like, my other, like, actual, account that I use to, like, watch other things, like, I'll get a bunch of different. This is actually kind of dressing for the male gaze versus the female gaze, social experiment.
Relationship is defined.
Who is this? It's kind of crazy how you could get like one good video, like you can produce one video that gets like a million what's up, Leo? A million views, right? That got like 1.7 or 1.2 million views. And then it goes to the, like, you get 6.6 thousand views. That kind of, like, okay, here. 3,200, like, that's a lot. Like, 300,000 views. And then it just, like, to 7,000 views. Like, that kind of sucks. like it's like that happens a lot to like YouTubers just in general. I think like it's like you create videos, right? Like things that you want to talk about, and it doesn't necessarily mean like that this following even here is supported by your views anyways, cuz like wait, if she makes shorts, that might be okay, she doesn't make shorts. Okay, never mind. Like, you'll have a big following, but, like, if you don't make content that they're interested in clicking on, and I do this all the time, too, because, like, I analyze, like, even myself when I'm, like, on YouTube, like, what kind of videos do I, like, look on? Like, I'll follow people that I like, but I don't necessarily watch every video they make unless it's something I'm interested in. Which, it makes sense. I mean, that's, like, typical, right? You don't always just, like, blindly support people. I mean, until you get, like, big enough, people just, like, watch anything you make, unless you're making content that is constantly solid. That would be constantly interesting, but it kind of sucks. Like, it's kind of sad to see that just like, oh, you pop off, you get like a crazy amount of views, and then it just goes back down to like kind of like nothing. But like 1.7 million views, that's like insane. Guy, he has solid takes. Wait, what guy? Hi JQ, it's Jay. Oh, what's up, Jay? Wait, what guy reminds you of me? Just me. Wait, who? You should really check out Wrong Trousers. Wrong Trousers? I mean, I think the only reason I get, like, decent views on my channel... Like, I don't even get, like, crazy views either. Like, my channel isn't that insane. Like, and I can tell you why, because, like, I make videos because I want to. It's not like I'm trying to go based off, like, getting a lot of views on my videos to begin with. Like, this video's whatever, like, you know, in 3 months I got 57,000 views, and then here it's, like, 54,000 views. 92,000, 2,000, 200,000, 86, 38, like... I can explain why these videos don't necessarily hit versus like some other videos that I make, and it's because it's like the more provocative the title or the conversation point, the better off the video will be always. Like, I mean, dude, this is my first million view video. Like, the You Suck at Hair Care, goated, so goated. Yeah, JQ fell off, indeed. I really do feel like my older content, like we could watch my older content, but I feel like my older content was so much better than like in a different sense. Like whenever I watch like some of my older stuff, I just like reminisce of like kind of like I don't know, I feel like I had more passion versus now. Like this new video I really do, I'm excited to put it out. But like my newer videos are kind of like, I don't know, they're cool, I guess. They're not like that crazy, but I'm starting to fall back into like having a lot more passion gripping my soul, you know. My most goated video was I Hate Birthdays. 10,000 views. I mean, yeah, it was like more... I see, like, I would want to make, like, the thing is, like, I want to make so much content that it doesn't revolve around fashion all the time, but, like, I somehow mingle, like, life advice into the fashion content that I make, which I think is, like, fun, but sometimes I want to make content that isn't, like, obviously I don't, because, like, I talk about hair care stuff and, like, fragrances, like, different things I like, which are fun to make. I love, just, like, fragrances are pretty cool. I think, like, anything, it goes up and down. Yeah, I think, like, it really depends, though, because it's, like, it comes to a point where you start getting consistent amount of views when you're, like, pretty absurdly huge, but I think usually around this size, you're not, like, going to be going insane, just in general, right? Can always zoom this in. That's kind of too zoomed in. Dude, also, like... Well, I guess no, I'll show that later, but like I got my my sutures out actually taken out like recently. I totally forgot I could zoom in this camera instead of it having like so panned out. I'm too niche. Wrong trousers time now. More life stuff. One day you have 200,000 views, the next you're hurting for $3. I mean, I do vlogs and like my videos, like, you know, at the ends. Yeah, let's pump my
Spend another dime on Amazon.
like I do my vlogs like here, you know.
What's up, YouTube?
Like I do vlogs. what a silly. I do vlogs like when in my videos already, like they're there, which is it's fun to do, but like I don't have a drive to like put it specifically in my like make a whole video dedicated to a vlog, like. Talk about philosophy. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I'm streaming, because then like I feel like streaming is like fun. It's like a break from me making like content, and I'm able to like interact with people online, right? So I think it's like fun. It's fun to me, and like you guys can hear about like my philosophy if you ask the right question. I mean, like I always tell people this, like if you ask me the right types of questions, I'll answer. So it all revolves around the communication style that people are like talking to me. So I mean, again, like if anyone in chat ever asks me a question that like I decide to like kind of uptake and like talk about, then you know I'll do it. I don't want to do pickup videos. I literally made a video denouncing and also explaining how I just don't think pickup videos are necessarily good, which you can see here. Like, I'd recommend watching that video if you're curious about my views on pickups just in general. I feel like that the perspective was pretty interesting in terms of just pickups, but yeah. All right. Trip. I have a streaming schedule, so I'm between 3 to 4. That's when I'll like start, and then depending on where I guess life takes us and whatever, like I'll go from there. I could start streaming on Twitch. I don't really want to, cause like I think the thing is like Twitch is kind of dying right now, and I also don't want to like. I kind of like doing YouTube stream, personally, just cause like again I have all my audience here, and the audience is here already. Like I would be trying to build like a whole new audience and trying to push people away from that platform, from YouTube, and I kind of know the layout of how like YouTube works, so I just kind of don't. I don't want to. Plus, like, the thing is, like, you're able to just, like, watch. Like, if you're watching my stream, you could, like, immediately click off and then just go, like, watch videos. Like, Twitch is specifically only a platform for, like, watching live streams. Which is cool, but, you know. That's also true. Sacrifice is right. Acronym. The acronym what? I'll look that up. I think I spelled that wrong. Jesus. It's because I can't even see my screen. Hold up. The acronym what? Acronym SK30. Is it this? Whoa. Techwear brand? Yeah, no, I know about acronym. I just... It is super expensive. Dude, yeah, you're right. This is sick. I like that. Interesting. That's so insane, like how the amount of like detail they do, like right quarter. No, I love this. This is sick. Interesting. Oh, that's fun. Like a pocket for your phone. Dude, this would be such a sick layering piece. Like, you wear pants under this? Like a good trouser. Wait, are these pants actually? Oh, what? They are. So they're like a harem pant. And you can I don't like that though. I don't like the bunching here. That's still cool though. Oh yeah, you could half pant, half skirt. Dang, that's pretty sick actually. And how much is this? Oh, it's not even out. It's probably a rack. There's no way. Oh, the half skirt mode? Where... So skirt mode... Oh, here. That's pretty sick. No, this is really cool. I do like this piece. What was the other P48 dash? I will just look that up. PH. Oh, P48 dash CH. Okay, let's see. It's not even an acronym. Just like a big pant. Yeah, those are pretty sweet. It's like a big pant. I like how they're numbered. Like, that's kind of cool. 1200. I mean, probably. Yeah, it's big pant. I like the closures though. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go on YouTube because what was it called? Who is not lesbian? I'm not looking at that. What is a... What's that, someone said weird trouser? What was it? What was the guy's name? I did not sleep with this beanie on. I took it off. If I'm wearing a beanie, that means that, like, wrong trouser. If I'm wearing this beanie, that means my hair, it just wasn't, I just didn't feel like doing it. Oh, I think we watched this guy. Yeah, I watched a little bit of this guy not too long ago. I watched The Dark Side of Gorpcore. Fashion Korean. I mean, it kind of already
From
has.
the global fashion industry. This can be attributed to many factors, but the bottom line is they're constantly coming out with some really cool stuff, and it doesn't look like they're stopping anytime soon. In a more general context, Korean culture has managed to gain a chokehold on global attention over the past decade or so, and that is mainly due to a certain genre of music. It started with this guy doing this, and then 12
The golden age of the internet is over.
years later, we now have multiple Korean idols and groups consistently topping global charts and garnering hordes of international stans. This fan base has a reputation for taking the slightest amount of K-pop slander as an act of war and responding with unmatched aggression in the trenches of social media comment sections, so I have to be really careful with my words. Other than making excruciatingly mid music for children, South Korea has also left their mark on film and TV. The most notable examples would be the Netflix series Squid Game, and also by coming in clutch during 2019 with the release of the best film of the 2010s, Parasite. All the Letterboxd users watching this are going to have a field day in the comments. With so much global attention on South Korean culture, it's only natural that it starts to impact
I mean, Gentle Monster just knows how to market, like, really well. Gentle Monster is also really cool because they just don't incorporate, like... Their philosophy is very interesting, but I feel like they're more in the realm of, like, artistic fashion, but also just, like... They're very cool. They've been on my radar for, like, a long time, since they were, like, kind of popping up in certain areas. Yeah. I've already seen this.
fashion.
I mean, I'd assume
The
so.
fashion industry is rapidly growing and is projected to reach a market volume of wide are benefiting from this. Capitalism really popped off in this case. If you're completely essence pilled and have the website's catalogue committed to memory, then you might already be clued up on all the innovative brands coming out of Korea right now, but for the rest of us fashion NPCs, I've put together a list of brands to have on your radar in 2024. And just a quick disclaimer, the goal of this video is not consume, you must consume an excessive amount of clothes. You can enjoy art without having to own it, and Korean brands in particular are known for making their showrooms feel like an exhibition. So, even if you're just visiting the stores of some of these brands, that could be an interesting and worthwhile experience in itself. However, if you are specifically
the industry behind it, I mean, any industry is horrible. Post-archive. Yeah, I mean, not surprised. What else? Anderson Bell. And who else? Is that all he talks about? I feel like there's other, like... This is a lesser known, like... But they're fire. I spelled it wrong. Black Merrill... I think they're from Korea. I think they're a Korean brand. I don't remember. They are. I think they are from Korea. Let's see about... Black Merrill is kind of like, dude, they make nut stuff. Like... Let me show their, like, looks. They've kind of deleted, like, a lot of their old stuff, but... Their stuff is insane. Like, the way they styled their... This is pretty tame. But, I mean, like... They make really cool stuff. I really do like them. Let's try and find... I'm gonna try and find, some of their old... Okay, I'm probably gonna have to do, like, fashion. Dude, like, this is freaking crazy. Like, dude. Yeah, there's a High Snob article about them. Okay, cool. No, don't want to subscribe. Oh, Hypebeast? Yeah, cool. That's awesome. Dude, look at this. We need more. Wait, hold up. Dude, this styling's insane. Like, this is crazy. The styling on this, like, it's intense layering. It's really interesting. And then the thing about their construction of their clothing pieces is that everything's interchangeable. So you can constantly change out parts with different types of like pieces from their lines. So like everything's interchangeable. Like there was like a video that I don't remember. Like, this is just, wow, let me find a video. I'm sure there's, like, nah, that's not what I'm looking for. I guess they don't have, like, there's this video of, like, them showing kind of, like, how their stuff, like, comes off and on. It's, like, pretty fire. They would be somebody that I'd be kind of, like, probably should, like, look into. Hello, welcome to the chat, L4. What brands would I recommend shopping from? No Faith Studios is not, I don't like it. I have a lot of, I don't know, they're whatever. It reminds me of like a Shine Luxury kind of, like, their ethos is kind of like that. I don't really. No Faith Studios, just kind of like, they're whatever. Brands to buy from. I mean. Our Legacy is pretty cool. They make goated stuff. You could probably find a lot of their stuff for really cheap. Do I care about what I wear to the gym? What I wear to the gym is actually... I'll show you what I wear to the gym. Dude, I love ASRV. Okay, now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, wow, you know, like... They're from Korea, so it's a I think it's a Korean brand too as well. They make a bunch of... I mean, yeah. Their stuff is made in Korea. I really like a lot of the stuff they make. I mean, I know some of the branding's kind of gimmicky. I hate that, but like a lot of their stuff is pretty fire. It's like this is kind of the place I shop from when they do sales, which you can see they're all sold out. I really like their shorts, but not, I don't know. I would never buy their joggers. Not really or like these, don't really like them. I like their shirts when they're cheap. Again, I don't really like, it just depends, but I mean, I wear ASRV shorts all the time. Yeah, Gymshark sucks. It's made in China. It's garbage material. Like Korean, like literally anything that is made in Korea, their labor laws and also just like where they're forced to source things from are like on par, if not better than Japan, I believe. When I was studying manufacturing and production, so. Antibacterial, sweat wickening, I forgot what else. I'm not trying to sell you on the brand, but I do really like, dude, there's no black. Like, what's, okay. Finally, jeez. I love their shorts, man. Their shorts are so fire, but they're usually like, yeah, they're $118, like, kind of a lot for gym stuff, I mean. But, to be honest, when they do sales, it's like, so fire. let's see. Yeah, I just like love they were like running shorts or like again like you gym in them. I mean, I really love their stuff. Gym fashion is ugly. I mean, you're just athletic. Like, it's just gym wear. I don't know. You want to be comfortable, stretchy, whatever, but I do love me a good short. They're so far. I don't really like their pants, though. Like, this is not that bad. If you got legs on you, this looks pretty cool, but like if you don't got legs, like it's not gonna look well. Like I'd wear like some sweats. Some just good sweats. Yeah, but they have like different options, but I would never wear the cargos to the gym. It's pretty insane. Wear Cons? Yeah, I mean I have a pair of beat up like Converse that I actually should probably be buying some new shoes for the gym, but I just don't. They have like really cool running stuff. I don't really see much people repping ASRV. I do really like them as a company and where they produce their stuff from. But I mean like, dude, I don't know. See, I would buy a pair of Vans to go to the gym with. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. Wear acronym to the gym, dude? $1,000? Hell nah. That's crazy. I had to actually watch this video. Fashion school? Oh. I wonder what school this is. Who is this? All right. A weirdo. Who's not Asian? I should get on that. Watch the video on the internet. What was the video? The science of getting girls. The golden age of the internet is over. The golden of the internet. I'm assuming it's this video, right?
Every great art form and platform goes through its good eras and its bad eras. A time when that thing was at its peak, an era where everything seemed to be in perfect harmony. There is a golden age of hip-hop, a golden age of gaming, even a golden age of civilizations. But with every golden age, there also comes a downfall. A time where the former glory days seem to be forever out of reach. No king rules forever, and all good things must come to an end, even on the internet.
What concern do you have about these private companies controlling the vast majority of communication between people on social media?
And I have this feeling too that spending so much time on social media actually impairs my thoughts. I feel like I don't think as clearly or as freely.
For the first week, I'd grab my phone without even thinking, unlock it, and start to swipe through screens looking for something to preoccupy my wandering mind.
These companies offer you shiny treats in exchange for minutes of your attention and bytes of your personal data, which can then be packaged up and sold.
When you're on social media, you're not thinking about shit.
Look, we've been trying to do this game for 15 fucking years. We're still getting our videos frozen for fraudulent views. Fraudulent fucking views? We've been doing this shit for almost 2 fucking decades. You don't think we're gonna put out a hit video every once in a while? Let us fucking succeed, YouTube! Let us have a taste of the fucking success!
Copyright takedown notice. Your video has been taken down from YouTube.
Okay, wait. I gotta address this comment. Why did you say you were responsible for the 9/11 9/11 during the drunk stream last night? I don't remember saying that. That was a Josh night, but that didn't happen. I never did that.
He got demonetized.
This is that thing you do on Twitter, that thing you do on Instagram. There's nothing behind it. There's no benefit. There's no upside.
And welcome to 2019, where your voice can be copyright claimed on YouTube.
Facebook collaborates with government security agencies on massive citizen surveillance programs.
Just scroll away.
YouTube just terminated both of my new accounts. I've lost everything.
They took down Hentai Heaven. No!
I remember that kid.
So it's almost like, you know, in Brave New World, they give you these caps so you can't think.
They're flattening planets all over the galaxy, smoothing out the wrinkles so you can't think!
But wait, it wasn't always like this. Let's start from the beginning.
You need a computer and a phone, and suddenly you're part of a new mesh of people, programs, archives, ideas.
Just what is this main artery of the information superhighway?
If you ain't on the information superhighway, baby, then where is he?
What's attracted many of them is the World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web. Surfing the World Wide Web.
Pokemon is an...
Dude, this was posted 4 years ago. This is like, he has like really good, I like his editing. I mean, if he's doing it himself, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. That's kind of sad to see, like... Did he just have one hit video that was, like, really good? Oh, I guess not. He was making, like, crazy videos, like... I'm already becoming a reaction streamer. The Josh Knight. Dude, the Josh Knight was it was awesome, alright? Did he just like quit YouTube or what's his story? The pumpkin spice thing is like, so it's a liqueur and it's made to, basically you're supposed to like mix with it. You're supposed to mix drinks with it, not drink it like straight up. I mean, he has like, his editing's like really good, but I wonder what churned him from his like higher view ratio to like what it is now. Is it because he stopped filming? Like, I'm curious.
Undeniable obsession with children across the country.
It's rewind time.
This editing is kind of insane.
In the early to mid 90s, the internet was a very different place. Online gaming was in its infancy, but that didn't stop Quake players from joining matches and praying that their mom didn't get a phone call.
I am not gonna watch Teaching Men's
IRC
Fashion.
chat rooms with random strangers were the social media of the day. In fact, I remember being a little kid and joining a chat room for the first time on my cousin's computer. On the drive back home after that, my mind was racing with the possibilities of what I could say in a chat room, how people would respond, and how amazing this instant communication was. You even had basic internet forums in the 90s, but overall this era was still a primitive time for online communication and entertainment. The people who used the internet were mainly just computer nerds. But as the 2000s hit, the world changed forever. And most importantly, so did the internet. The early to mid 2000s were a time where the internet grew and flourished into something more than just a program on your desktop. It evolved into a fully realized global communication network. The golden age of the internet had begun. During those days, the internet was a magical place where gamers could discuss theories and strategies on internet forums. Online gaming had now reached this new frontier where you could hop into Ventrilo voice chat with 39 other players while raiding Onyxia and probably getting yelled at by your raid leader for being out of position.
What the fuck was that shit?
MSN Messenger, AIM, Skype, all of these programs created the opportunity to make close friends and form intimate relationships through instant messaging. Social media meant something completely different during that time. It wasn't code for 4 or 5 big sites that everybody used. No, instead the internet was more like a new frontier, a wild west where sites like MySpace and even YouTube during that time offered almost complete control over personalization, customization, and self-expression through your profiles and channels. For me, specifically, YouTube was this exciting new platform where videos and information flowed so freely and so openly. So many small-time creators and filmmakers also blossomed on this platform that offered so much creative freedom and so much opportunity with its growing audience and user base. You also had the start of other social media sites, except similarly to YouTube, they didn't feel restrictive. divisive, or corporate in any way. Digg was a great resource for sharing interesting media throughout the internet. Facebook, in its early days, was a useful way to keep up with real-life friends. LiveJournal and sites like it let users express themselves and share thoughts in an online diary. And MySpace, of course, which was the king of social media from around 2005 to 2008. I never actually got into MySpace as a kid.
Dude, it's like a long video. I mean, it's a good video. I'll probably watch it later, like, on my own time. But I'm sure it's, like... I can only imagine, like, the amount of, like, actual editing. Like... Dude, I don't want to make chat sit through, like, a 26-minute video of me just, like, sitting here not really saying anything, just, like... Literally just watching, like, So what was your personal experience with the earlier side of the internet? You know, like... I mean, I was kind of around... I mean, I'm 25 right now. I was in high school when Snapchat and Instagram was like really I mean, like, I would say Snapchat was like involved in like people having it when I was in high school. Instagram was like on the come up, which was kind of like more utilized. I don't know. I was around when Instagram was like happening, getting like more and more popular. Like, kids were getting it. You needed to have it. MySpace kind of died. Like, I saw that. Never got in MySpace or Facebook. Facebook died when I was around too, when I was growing up. I'm not that old, but I did see a lot of like the internet's kind of rise, I'd say, of like it being utilized in a very different aspect. And like now, like it's so surreal now because the internet's even, I feel like it's gotten a lot worse in regards to what it is now. It was used to connect to like other people, kind of like show off what you were doing, things like that. I thought it was like a nice thing, but now it's like it feels very dystopian because now it's being utilized as a third space, just specifically only to ever be used as a third space, and it's never really utilized to go out and like actually experience life physically in the real world versus just people just kind of decaying away in their rooms. What inspired me to pursue YouTube? I mean, I've always, when I was younger, I always wanted to do like YouTube stuff anyways to begin with. Like, when I was young, like literally when I was like a kid, I had like a YouTube channel, and it was just like I was just trolling on it. Like I would make like Call of Duty like YouTube videos with like my really crappy Elgato that I had, and like I also didn't know how to like work the plugins and stuff. So like I had to use it in a very janky way where it made my TV screen black and white, but like the Elgato would capture it in color, so it was like also weird. And then also, like, I had to do this, like, weird thing in order for it to capture, like, me talking in my mic. Oh, AR's here. You're 26. I think I scrubbed the internet of those videos. I'd hope so. When I grew up a little older, I was like, I'm deleting all this stuff, so I deleted all those YouTube videos. Now we're raised on the internet and only have online friends. It's less of a tool. Experimental and kind of harder to make, but it was great. I do enjoy, I do understand what he means by it was kind of the Wild West. There's no like fixated social media platforms that you need to use that we see very much broadcasted currently, right? Everyone was just kind of doing their own thing, but yeah, I mean, people are raised on the internet, and you just are currently experiencing life through the internet lenses, and I think it's such a damaging aspect because in child development, there's two occurrences where you develop through nurture or nature, and nature now is not nature in like real life, experiencing real life. Nature now is experiencing things through the internet, things that wouldn't necessarily happen to you, where insecurities are like on a huge rise. Feeling of loneliness is on another huge rise, like the loneliness epidemic, the friendless epidemic. Like there's all these things that are currently going on because of what the internet's causing a lot of change in, if not disrupting the way people should have been growing during the times that the internet weren't around. And a lot of life experience comes from like actually living life. Like you go and experience life. I'm lucky enough to have experienced life without the internet, where I wasn't captivated by my phone, where I wasn't on my phone all the time. My phone was just an aspect of me texting my friends, like a ritual, right? Texting my friends, hey, let's go hang out, let's go do this thing. And then we all meet up. It wasn't like, oh, we would text through DM, send DM like messages back and forth, sending TikToks and stuff to each other. So it feels like we're keeping in contact without really talking to each other, but like it was a form of like, hi, like I know you're alive still kind of thing. That's kind of what people use it for the most part. And maybe like some slight conversation about like something ironic or cringe that they saw on the internet that you chat about. But it just like growing up on the internet where you're just captivated by your screen, your phone, you can't build relationships like that. There was a study done specifically when I had made my pandemic video. I had talked about slightly about the disturbance of what the no interaction with people occurs or what happens with it. And one of the things that I had read about was that people need people, we know this, but people need people physically, and people also need to talk to people in a physical form at least 30 minutes a day for a very close relationship. Now, the 30-minute like rule thing, like it's in referral to like the idea or aspect of like getting and or feeling closer to that individual by seeing them physically every day. So that's why we get the friendships when we go to school, where we have a common place, like again, a third place that we're forced to go to, like school, and we see that friend every day for like at least 30 minutes, and you probably hang out with them over the weekend. And like that's how you develop like these childhood friends that like just stay in your life regardless. And although you depart from college, whatever, like I still have my childhood friends that I remember when I was a child that I grew up with in high school. And they're still around, but like they're out doing their own thing. I don't talk to them anymore, but I know in the back of my mind that like I'm still very close to them, of who I was at the time. Now, me currently, I don't really talk to them too much. I don't really see them too much. They're all busy, and that's just kind of how that occurs. But it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, I agree. The infrastructure it's hard. I think it's only going to continue to get worse. I mean, I think the internet is just, it's going to be not a third place, but like a third world for people. And it already is a third world, if we would like to call that anyways. What do you do if you moved all the time, if you don't have any close friends from childhood? You do nothing. I mean, you just continue to live life. Like, you don't need, like, I have a very skewed perception of like what, like for I'm not a family man by any means, and I don't necessarily understand the dynamic of family relationships that a lot of my friends or counterparts have with their families. I can't understand those aspects as an individual in a family, a very close family sort of situation. I view people completely like strangers, like everybody in my life. Regardless of how close I am to somebody and how much I care about them, I always take a step back and ask myself, and sort of in a reflective way, where if this person was a stranger to me, that didn't mean anything to me, would I let them disrespect and or talk to me certain ways in regards to whatever conversation we're having or discussion or problem that I'm having with them? And that helps me kind of separate my my understanding of that person without giving them, like, cutting them slack, where a lot of people end up doing that a lot of the times with their friendships. They cut people slack and they get kind of walked over, and we see that a lot with family. So in a family aspect, like, a lot of people have families that are very close knit, and they see them all the time, but I can't understand those aspects where people allow their families to walk over them. Yes, I know, like, I mean, if you live with your family, like, I get it. Like, you kind of have to, like, let that slide, let it pass. And, like, I totally understand just riding through the mud with it. But as you, like, leave your home and, like, you continue onward with life and you're not financially dependent on it, people will let family things slide a lot of the times, you know? And to me, it's just like, dude, it's insane some of the stories I hear that, like, some family things that people do that are really messed up. And I always ask them, I'm like, if they weren't your family and you view them as a stranger, would you let a stranger, like, say and or do these things to you? And they always say no. So I'm just like, you know, I don't know. Are you on Letterboxd? I never heard of that. JQ Family Man. There isn't a life should lived in one type. Lived in one type. Some live outdoors, some live indoors, alone or with family. That it's all life. Yeah, but, like, objectively speaking, a life lived indoors is, like, objectively bad. You need to leave home every so once in a while. I'm not saying you always need to be outside, because I myself would be a hypocrite if I'd be saying that, because I don't leave my apartment all the time. There are people that like to stay home, and that's fine. You need to regenerate, you need to, like, be at home alone with yourself, but it's good to go outside and experience life, whether you are with somebody or not, or even alone. Living, like, walking outside alone, being with yourself and your own thoughts without listening to music and stuff, and being alone outside is an experience on its own. I'm not saying you need to necessarily always be around somebody, always hang out with people. Like, being comfortable and viewing yourself as a friend, I think, is the greatest virtue that a lot of people can learn from. It's not literally living indoors, it's living a life disconnected from society. If your entire being is on the internet, you are disconnected from the real world. Yeah. That is true, yeah. I mean, going to gigs. That's what I always hear, like, my friends, one of my friends named Elliot, he goes to, like, these events, like, he goes to these shows, and he always, like, ends up meeting, like, somebody that becomes a friend, and I think it's pretty cool. Like, you can make a lot of friends through just going to events and stuff, but it does take someone to, you know, lend out their hand, or, you know, you and go talk to somebody. It's just a little bit, depending on how it is, it's just a little hard, can be, but you can meet a lot of people. Yeah, I definitely am anti-fashion. Yes, a change of atmosphere is great. I think, like, again, experiencing life doesn't necessarily mean you need to experience it with somebody else. Experiencing comes from actually doing. Being at home is great and all, but constantly being disconnected from just society or the world is not great. Takes social skills with a lot of people who are chronically online don't have. Not an insult. I mean, yeah, you have a safety net. I mean, with the internet, you can stop conversation and it won't be strange, socially speaking, or you don't answer the text or whatever, and you can leave it alone, right? But when you're talking to somebody, you're kind of forced, or you feel like you need to continue talking to them, conversating, or else it feels awkward. So, I mean, you get a very big safety blanket when you're just on the internet and or texting people or just staying at home. You don't get that safety blanket when you're outside. You're uncomfortable. You should rate your viewers' content. I mean, according to my personality test, I'm introverted. I'm like in the middle, I think. I don't remember. I'm not joking. I was talking to my boyfriend. Oh, talking to my best friend, and she said I was mysterious and that's why not a lot of people want to talk to me. But it's so weird because, like, I'm a fun guy and I like to talk to people, so I don't understand. It's probably like socially clueless. It's probably like the it's how you present, I would assume. It's probably how you look, maybe how you dress. I think the aspect of a lot of things is people's judgment based off what you're wearing or how you look is going to, like, if not personify who you are to them, right? So personification of what they might think you might be and or who you are, and that might, if not scare off people or make people not feel inclined to talk to you. Bro, does that mean you're wearing archive rig? It's because you're wearing all black, I fear. I was reading someone's comment. That wasn't me saying that. I wasn't saying that. I was reading someone's comment in the Dorian's comment. Detective or mysterious serial killer. Maybe, but sometimes I wear blue jeans. I am anti-fashion. I have the same problem. Many people want to be friend with me, but they're too afraid to approach me. And you just gotta approach people. Which is kind of like, I think that's like a harder thing to do, when you have to go and talk to people. It's like a more difficult thing to do. Anti-jeans.
Drive your business forward and make shipping as easy as shopping.
What are people wearing?
Amazon shipping.
How do you cold approach people?
Okay.
I think the easiest way to cold approach people is like you go and you compliment something they're wearing and then you have a conversation about that. I have a YouTube channel that's dedicated to fashion. Wait, what are you talking about, Janelle Brown? Janelle, I don't know what you mean. Have you ever wanted to make an essay video on personal topics like what you've touched today rather than fashion? You've touched mental health before, but not a full vid. Oh, dude, I'll be honest with you. It's just like, I think it's really hard to touch on subjects that I don't feel like I'm the most educated on. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a touchy thing, because I feel like a lot of my opinions in general aren't based in fact or based off psychology fully. Like, I feel like some of my fundamentals are based through, again, my own opinions about mental health in general. So I don't know if that's like the greatest information to be shoving into people's minds anyways. Probably the anti-fashion thing. Oh, you can be into, okay. The definition of fashion and being into fashion is in referral to being trendy and being into mainstream types of ways, yada yada, whatever, keeping up with stuff. But anti-fashion is, yeah, I guess someone just explained it to me. And it's also just going against the status quo of what is currently in modern day. So whatever's currently happening. And there's different waves of anti-fashion throughout time periods in history and movements in regards to that. Yada, 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 whatever. Yeah, anti-fashion is still fashion, but it's just a counterculture to fashion. You're still in the community of fashion, regardless, because you're still being influenced by fashion to counterculture that. Like, it's unfortunate. Like, you're always going to be in fashion anyways, regardless if you feel like you are or not. But you're separating yourself from, let's just say, let's avoid the fashion topic, like from the mainstream, just individually from mainstream fashion, right? And then you're going your own way. So there's kind of like it's kind of how it is. We're not doing this again, all right? It was the Josh talking. I also have a really hard time, like when I'm inebriated a little bit, like I have a really hard time explaining my views, and I think that's like my issue. That's why you gotta stay sober. You gotta stay gaming. You gotta stay sober to think concepts fully, and then be able to actually talk fully in aspects of discussion. When you're not fully mentally there, you're not gonna have a great time trying to discuss something that you can't explain, especially inebriated. Like it's so stupid. It's like off the Josh. I basically drank that whole bottle too, like alone, so. Look, fellas, if I start drinking, right? Existing as cope. If I start drinking, there's two routes I go down. I go down yapping and not making any sense with what I'm saying, but like in my mind I have an explanation. I just can't explain it. Or I go down the route of like making so much sense that like I spew things sometimes I'm very unconscious that I've never thought of before prior to the knowledge. It just like comes to me, right? So it depends. I went down the route that I was just yapping. So it just wasn't, you know, it happens. It happens. I think anyone that's ever drank, like it just kind of happens. It occurs, but it's not a good aspect to be in. If you're passionate, then that's all that matters. I literally watch your channel because I like your personality. I don't know shit about fashion. Hearing your philosophy and other stuff would be interesting. You know, so I'm gonna be making a video about like tattoos. And then also I have this other video, the Tinder video that I've been talking about for a minute that I'm making. That's like each one of those things are still like incorporated in fashion. It's not subjugated to one subject of like me talking about mental health or me talking about my friendship philosophy or talking about philosophies of friendship. I do really want to make a video about like the friendships of philosophy. That I've talked about that on streams before, the 3 archetypes of friendships, and I think it's really interesting to chat about. I've been wanting to make a video about that, but I have a lot of other things that I need to keep up with in terms of videos that my brain has constant ideas of things that I want to talk about, but it's so hard to make like videos consistently, you know what I mean? Especially since I'm editing everything on my own, so I kind of have to plan things out. I can't just make videos. I want to take my time with each thing that I make. It's like a project to me. Am I allowed to randomly DM you videos of you mogging us and yapping? Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, you can always, if you ever clip anything from my videos that I do, you can post it on your story. I probably would story post it, repost it, story post. Being drunk gets views. I'm not that passionate about music. I like music to an aspect, to a degree, but I don't want to say that I'm passionate about it. I enjoy listening to music, but I'm not no connoisseur of it. I enjoy coffee. But where's the blonde one? She's at school right now. Loved your 15-minute rant about getting to know women so you can get to know more women yesterday. I'm telling you, I either yap. It was a yapping stream. That's kind of what it was. I don't know what letterboxed is. What is that? That is gonna be the title. Your tattoos suck. I'm still figuring out a title that I wanna title it, but the idea or concept behind that video is that like I'm getting I got tattooed here recently. I got this tattooed as well on me, but it kind of goes. I go and I interview. I've already interviewed this one tattooer, which is my actual tattooer that tattoos my whole arm and also my hand tattoos. Done this 3 years ago. I got tattooed from him. I recorded that, and I kind of have like a conversation with him about like tattoos and stuff. I'm still figuring out like the concept of the video of where I want to go with it. But if you ever have like if chat has any like conversation questions that they'd like to hear a tattooer speak about, leave some comments, or I guess chat about it. But I'm gonna go get tattooed from another tattoo artist here in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg, and also get some views on him. So, yeah. Hangman, I'll behave. I think tattoos are stupid. Like, you go through so much phases and changes throughout your life. Like, it's so stupid because it's permanent. Won't you regret it? I think I agree and also disagree at the same time with you. I can understand the aspect of like, yeah, tattoos can be kind of like permanent moments in life that are on your body forever, right? But I think the idea behind a lot of tattoos and referral to why people get them, the culture behind why people might get them, I think there's... Yeah, but laser removal is really expensive and it hurts a lot. Tattoos are awesome because they're sort of like signifiers to yourself in moments and periods of your life. And yeah, I got this tattoo when I was like 22, you know? It was a few years ago. But like this represents a moment and experience for me that I got it tattooed on me. As I have this, when I was 18 years old, this tattoo on my middle finger too as well, when I got this tattoo. Again, it's like a moment in time, a period, and it's something nice to commemorate, like little badges, if anything. I mean, if they have meaning, I guess. I mean, some people just get tattoos because they want to get tattoos. Some people get tattoos because there's meaning behind them. To me, I view it as it's a temporal moment in time that I get to like physically look at on my arm, as if anything they're like badges or patches, patchwork, you know. And I think it's pretty interesting to, when I get older, I'm able to look back and I remember what each meaning means and what it represents, and I'm able to look at it and kind of have a story behind why I got this tattoo and what it means. It's quite bold to also get it, but I just think tattoos are very interesting in that aspect. Getting over yadded too many in a year, then lose meaning. Yeah, I mean, I think I had a friend talk to me about tattoos where they were like, I think you should get tattoos every 5 years. And I was like, well, why don't you get a tattoo every year? You know, because there's always so much growth from me last year to me this year to me moving on to the next year. And I think those time periods are beautiful in moments to even get them kind of situated on your body if you choose to. The other thing too as well is that like, I was talking to my tattoo artist. I wish I recorded this, but I'd asked him. I was like, "Do you ever get any like? Do you ever tattoo people that like couples? And like, what are your views on like couples getting tattoos?" And I've never heard such a well-responded answer before. And he said, "I know people get like tattoos, like couples get tattoos and stuff, and people are always worried about, oh, but like, what if we break up? Blah blah blah, like all this." And he's like, I sit down and I ask this couple, like, if you're thinking about the possibilities of your relationship ending, then I don't think you should be getting a tattoo. Because people that are in relationships that are going to last forever, you're not thinking of the future. You're not thinking of like what could happen. You just know you're going to live your life with that person. You want to commemorate it on your body. And even if you get that tattoo and you had the idea where it's like, I'm going to marry this person, and you guys break up and that happens, you have this signifier to yourself that you at least were able to love or care for somebody in the past, regardless of how you feel about them in the current day and age or the time period that occurs in the future. Like, it's just a signifier that you had loved somebody, that you had cared enough for that person to get something tattooed from them. And it's a beautiful thing that you're able to look back on. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to see it as a regretful moment, but as something that didn't work out, and something that, if not, only pushed you to grow and get better as you grow older. And, you know, I think it's... I personally am not... I would not get a tattoo for my relationships. Not... I don't know. But, like, I still think that's a pretty cool, like, idea just to even have, just in general. I have my ex's initials tatted on my face. LO, I'm never getting it removed, covered up. It is what it is. That's crazy. A tattoo on your face? The bad thing about getting a lot of meaningful tattoos is you end up looking like a character from Fortnite. What do you mean? Look like a character from Fortnite. Yeah, I mean, to me, I see like the art behind tattoos. Tattoos are an artistic thing that's permanent and on the skin, and the canvas of skin is very hard because each person's skin is different in terms of the feel, the texture, and the look. And tattoos, if anything, are just artistic little paintings on your body. Pinterest tattoos. Did you bring the inspiration for all your tattoos, or were they ideas from the artist? So there's two types of artists in tattooing, right? There's artists that do tattoo work in parlors, and you go and you bring them something and they'll tattoo you. And there's tattoo artists that are, I forgot what they're called, but just like, I'll just call them tattoo artists. There's parlor tattooers, and then there's tattoo artists that they will sit down, you'll have a conversation with them, you'll have like a very long period of time where you're conversing about what you want, how you want it, and you kind of like have discussion about what you're getting, and you start tweaking, and you kind of work on this project together of the tattoo, and you come up either with a better idea, or you maybe push back on the ideas, and you keep pursuing, and it's a collaborative effort. It's not just, here's a tattoo, I want this tattooed on me. It's a collaborative effort, and I think it's more meaningful because you also get to work with the tattoo artist and their vision, and, you know, the concepts behind whatever they're talking about, and whatever. It's fun. And that's kind of what I did with all my tattoos currently on my arm. They were all envisionments of something, and there was kind of it was a collaborative effort. So, and I'll always remember it. I do like my tattoo artist. He's a really great guy. What? Hangman is ethnic, which explains his cope with being a mod. Talk about weird fragrances. Kay told you guys that I wasn't gay. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, tattoos are cool, nonetheless. I have not tried the new Tosca fragrance. I would have to get it. Am I happy with the point of life that I'm in right now? Sitting and talking to you guys? Am I pansexual? No, I'm not pansexual. I'm a normal cisgendered male. Nothing more, nothing less. Have you seen your drunk streams yet? I was coherent enough to remember like what I was doing, but yeah, I'm pretty normie. There's not much interestingness in what is normal cisgendered male now? Normal, I don't know, like there's no sauce, no spice, no nothing. You got a little spiciness, you know, if you're not just like straight, right? Was that shocking to say? I don't know. I feel like being straight's like you have no spice, you know, no pizzazz. You're just straight. Listen, maybe you know where you can look at other people's images for your own. Talking to chat instead of... What? Do you hate pans, JQ? Do you only use pots? You're a tad bit zesty because you're into fashion, though. JQ, you radiate NPC energy, support the current thing, and consume products. What do I support that's current? My favorite cooking utensil, I use a pan and an air fryer. Dude, air fryers are fire. I love me a pressure cooker. Those are awesome. Is it... It's not zesty to take care of yourself. I think, like... I mean, I've always been... The only reason I take care of myself so much from even, like, years ago before, like, people started caring about how they looked, I was quite insecure as a man, as a male. I wanted to be and or feel handsome and, like, good looking. Bro, like, let me tell you this story, actually. I want to tell you this story. There was this story of, like, I wasn't a bad-looking guy. There was a lot of girls in my high school that, like, I paid no attention to. And there was only one girl that I really liked that I got denied from, and that kind of, like, shattered my confidence, right? As time proceeded onwards, I will just get into this really quickly. There was this girl, I was best friends, I was, like, really close to a few cheerleaders in my past. And I was pretty, I mean, I'm a normal guy, you know? I listen, I'm like my dad. My dad always said, like, he would always have a lot of women around him, but he never did anything, he just would listen to them. Yeah, I would just listen to girls, had normal conversations with them, never try to have or push relations because I wasn't really looking to date them, right? I remember this conversation that I overheard from one of the cheerleaders, and they were I remember it kind of scarring me. And it made me insecure because, like, later, like, I did start breaking out, but they were like, oh, I'm worried that JQ might, like, start liking me, or I think he wants to be with me, but, like, he's handsome, but, like, he just has acne. Like, if he didn't have acne, like, maybe I'd be into, like, getting with him. And I had overheard this from, some people had told me in passing, and I was like, bro, what? And, like, I didn't even want to be with her, but, like, that hit. Like, I was like, really? Like, because I had some acne? Like, do people only care about, like, your physical features? Like, things that I couldn't control, right? And I was like, dude. So, like, that made me so insecure that, like, I fixated on that. Like, that sentiment, I fixated on it. And, like, I I continued breaking out because, again, like after high school, you know, got into college, continued to break out. You know, it's just like a common thing. Like you go through a second puberty kind of thing, and like I got my acne got worse, and I was like, I need to take care of this, and like I started taking care of my skin like crazy. I started taking care of like my hair more serious than I did before. I was really fixated with my hair before, but it got even worse. It was like a step above. Like I like developed a crazy amount of insecurity and fixation and body dysmorphia that I don't think I've ever, I don't know, it's so strange. And it also did start when I was going to the gym too. I was quite unaware of like my physical features of things, and like I was told, like I got body dysmorphia because I was like doing basketball and stuff, and like after basketball I went to football, and then like the coaches were like, you're so small, you have like you got woman hands, you need to like get working man hands, because I never like touched weights, because like the basketball people would never do touch weights. We would just like run and like work on stamina. So I was really skinny. And then they were like, you need to get bigger. We need to get you bigger. And I was like fixated on that, and I just continued to try and get larger. Started going to the gym, got acne because I was like drinking like crazy amounts of whey protein. Gained 30 pounds in high school. I went from junior year to high school, like to a year later, gained 30 pounds. It probably wasn't all muscle. It probably was like some fat and muscle mixed. Gained 30 pounds, got bigger. Then not only was I fixated on my body, but after hearing that comment about my acne, I fixated on the way I looked, my facial features. And then it went downhill from there. Like I used to like how I thought I looked pretty normal, and I felt like I looked okay, but like as soon as I heard someone like actually state that like his acne, like it caused so much like it caused my body dysmorphia to get even 10 times worse than it was before. So it was like going to the gym to work out to fix my body, working on my skin to fix my face, my skin, fixing my hair. Like these three things I fixated on. And not only that, but like the clothing thing wasn't necessarily like a big fixation of mine. Like I felt like I just dressed pretty normal. But as I got into college, I was just like, you know, I probably should start fixating on that. Like I should probably start doing all that. But so I was pretty schmeedy. I was schmeedy in high school up to college, and many of you guys know I was a power lifter. I was deadlifting 4 plates 25 for 5. I hit 315 for 5. Beltless. Like this was all beltless. I didn't believe in hitting stuff with belts because I felt like belts were cheating. And if you didn't use the most manliest thing a man can do is if you hit it raw. So if you use belts, you're cheating. I never felt right using belts. So if I hit a PR with a belt, it was because it was a PR with the belt. I never stated that I would hit that. So if I hit it raw, then that's a PR thing. Woman friendships is good because imagine going places with 2 girls like you did last night instead of 2 guys, then you look like a creep, trust me, on the creep part. Yeah, I was pretty strong. But yeah. JQ started watching Harry Has videos in high school to dress better. I had never watched Harry Has. The only people I watched in high school was nobody in fashion. I lived under a rock. I was not really on social media at all besides Instagram. I was watching Uber Haxanova on YouTube. I was watching gaming channels. I wasn't watching fashion stuff. Yeah, the belt does make your core weak. That's what I also was really fixated on, so. I'm one of these streamers. I'm literally just talking. Like we were watching videos, but I'm just talking now. So it's like I don't know if we need to necessarily watch this anymore. But yeah, I watched Cow Chop too. Yeah, I saw the creatures, I saw the creature hub, and its downfall, basically, and then Cow Chop, and then Cow Chop's downfall. Dude, AR is a very interesting guy, I'd say. Yeah, I wasn't really watching like fashion stuff, so like my main thing was just it was watching like streaming stuff or like just those not fashion YouTubers, those gaming YouTubers, so you know, the occasional PewDiePie sometimes, you know. How do you feel with young men now with how do you feel with young men now dealing with more influenced self-image issues with shit like looks maxing gaining popular now? Looks maxing is literally just like it's stupid because it's like the defeminization of taking care of yourself, basically. It's basically like stating, how do I say this? It's like it's a more masculine way of saying that you want to take care of yourself without feeling gay. That's like what people's concerns are, because it's like you feel femme. Looks maxing is just self-care. It's literally like, oh, I don't have a skincare routine, I'm just skin maxing. I'm mental health maxing. Like, taking care of your skin's gay. Like, I'm hair maxing. I'm not into hair care. Like, it's the defeminization of taking care of yourself. Like, it's a more masculine concept to make dudes that are insecure about, like, looking gay or feminine, but they still want to, like, again, hop on to taking care of themselves. That's, like, what it is. I'm rope maxing. Are girls better friends than guys? Are women... Look, I will say this. The reason I had why I have a lot of friends that are women is it's not for the idea of, like... because I'm always, like, trying to, like, do stuff with girls, but to me, I feel like women have more of a deeper connection and understanding to have conversation that isn't relative to video games and things that are nonsensical. Like, to me, personally, there's more of a deeper connection that I have with women than I do with men. And I feel like a lot of the times most men are so afraid of, like, creating deeper connections with other men because they feel like it's gay. Or they're scared of feeling like they care about somebody. And I don't like that. I like to have deep connections with my friends, but I usually don't ever get those aspects. Like, most of the friendships that I develop with men that are, like, that were cool and all, like, it levels out at a certain point where it's like, don't talk about your feelings. Don't talk about, like, these things that are concerning you, your stress, your mental health, yada, yada. We will talk about video games, like, coffee, like, it's just, like, activities. We hang out to have fun and then call it a day. There is no deep, meaningful connection that I have with my male counterparts most of the time. And that's fine. Like, I understand that, like, most men aren't capable of doing that, and, like, they're not used to those types of friendships, and most of their friendships are derived in having a good time, and I need to feel like I'm entertaining the other person because I feel like I'm boring, and you need to be entertained, so let's go do these things, let's go hang out and do an activity so I don't feel like I'm boring you. And I think that's where a lot of men are in terms of like my friendships that I get involved in with guys, but with women I'm able to talk about, like, they talk about their mental struggles, they talk about their feelings, they talk about these things that I don't get in comparison to other guys, and I understand. Like, it's just how we're raised, how we're, like, again, hardwired, and that's just kind of how it is. And a lot of my female relationships, I do get into trouble a lot of the times. I'm probably oversharing, but I think the problem with being friends with women is that if you're normal, if you're just a normal guy and, like, you're friends with them, as things prolong, you end up becoming a prospect of wanting to be in a like, they want to be in a relationship with you, when you might disregard that as, like, why? And also you don't want to. Like, you just view them as a friend. Because feelings do occur, right? If you're just normal dude, I mean, you're being friends with somebody, a lot of those friendships might develop into, like, a push past a friendship and they want something more. And then you get into, like, a situation where you're like, but I just want to be friends, I don't want to date you. Like, I'd prefer it that way. And it now just kind of, you know, I don't know. I couldn't disagree more about the guy thing, but all my male friends are gay. Men like small talk. I don't like small talk. I can't do small talk. Just all my friends are gay. Dude, I mean, I feel like I if I could do this, I would say, like, go and tell your friends that you care about them. Like, I think there's, like, so much, it's hard to express your feelings to other guys, but I tell my friends I care about them. Like, I appreciate them being in my life, and I appreciate them being around when I'm, like, struggling. And sure, I might not reach out. Like, I'm still very guy when it comes to it. Like, I don't reach out to help, to put and or displace all my emotional baggage onto another person because I can handle it myself. And that might not be the right mental space at all, but that's just how I was raised. That's kind of how I am. I refuse to engage in relationships or friendships that are surface level because I deserve better than that, and I think the other person also deserves better than that too as well. I think both people deserve a more deeper and meaningful connection than just someone to hang out and smoke with. We're not buddies just because we smoke. We're friends because I care about you and you care about me, and I know you got my back. But, like, on such a stupid, like, nonsensical, like, way of saying that, but, like, that's just kind of how it is. And yeah, people like to listen, and, like, I think a lot of people are convinced that they're not. I've heard this conversation before with people. I've had this conversation with people. If people try to small talk, I mean, yeah, I it's not like I ignore people that try and do small talk with me, but it's just like, you know, just like right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to like 139 people or whoever's like messaging right now, right? I'm talking to like a bunch of people, so there's like a bunch of options for me to relate back to and talk to, but usually, like, I think for the most point, like, there will always be somebody who dominates conversation, but I want to have the ability to allow people to have a conversation with me that don't necessarily need to feel like they have no importance enough to talk, you know? And that's just kind of how it is. Trying to make small talk with JQ when I see him in public. Dude, I always talk to people. Like, if people come up to me, like, that's kind of how it is. Now, it's the real Sneeko. So when I was the one dude out of 8 girls, I was just friends for a while. Then they started telling me they liked me, and the other girls outside of the group started talking to me too. AR says, I can't do small talk with normies. You'll have to engage to pop culture that sucks. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just kind of how it is. Sometimes IDK if a girl likes me or I entertain her. I like to think of this as an aspect, and I think this is like solid advice for anybody who's trying to talk to women in general. My one piece of advice that I could tell you is that look at, regardless if you like them, look at women as a friend and as only a friend, and continue to pursue that conversation and friendship, relationship, whatever you'd like to call it, as a friend. If you overcomplicate it with the idea of pursuing someone in a dating concept and not physically being or seeing it as a friendship, you have the absolute possibility of absolutely just losing it and also just overthinking certain situations. My thing and my thought process now as I've grown older is that I don't want to date people immediately in scenarios where I don't know who they are as a friend. Yes. Basically what Dorian says, stop dating, start making friends. You must, this is what I will say right now. Like, this is, if you haven't lived this experience, this is like solid advice. When you are, and I want you to think about this because it's a very realistic point of view. When you are dating somebody, you are going to be, Sneeko says we would flirt, but it feels fake sometimes. When you are in a dating, right? Let's say you're dating somebody, you find somebody, you start dating them. You're going to be the best person because you're trying to win them over. You're trying to make them want you. You're on your best behavior. There's nothing, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to be going above and beyond for this person. You're going to be hanging out with them. You're going to be not trying to argue with them. You're going to be a different person. You're going to be you if you were the best you could be. But as soon as you feel the outcome is in your favor and you start actually dating them, once you finally feel like you win them over, you or that person, because this is vice versa, it's not just you, it's also the other person, they turn into who they actually are as a person. And then you ask yourself, wait a minute. What? The person I dated before, now that we're in a relationship, now that you're comfortable enough to be who you actually are, you're different. What's going on here? Then the relationship continues. Sometimes people just continue the relationship, and then you just inevitably break up. So after every video or stream I see you, like you more and more. What's the difference between friends and dating? It's a huge difference. Like, I mean, when you're looking at the aspect of a friendship and you're talking to somebody, you're not going to see them in any light or perspective of this is a dating prospect to me. You're not going to be pushing to try and win them over. You're just being a friend. You're comfortable enough to just be who you are, and as silly, stupid, or whatever you are. Annoying, even. And the thing is, like, I will say this. You want to go into friendships with women or men, if there's any women in here, which I really doubt. But my fellas, when you go and date, like when you go and you see someone that you might like, they look interesting, go and hang out with them and think of it as, I want to be friends with this person. I don't want to try and get their number in a relationship aspect. So if you immediately go off and just pronounce that, like, I think you're really cool and I feel like we'd be awesome friends, or like whatever, that might be a better aspect than like, I'm just trying to hit on you and just like trying to hook up with you. Like, that's usually what most women are probably thinking while you're coming to talk to them. It's just a hookup kind of situation. And to me, you're not going to develop anything like meaningful from those types of relationships just in general. It's better if you're able to be friends with somebody and see them for who they actually are in every aspect. And if you're able to actually like that person as a friend, you're going to end up dating your best friend. I mean, that's what everyone says when they're married. I married my best friend. They are going to be your best friend. Henry, honestly, like, staying avoidant from being in meaningless relationships isn't, I think it's the best possible thing. Like, even if you haven't kissed anybody or done anything, I think it's better. I mean, 36% less failure in a range than autonomously. Wait, what? If you're focused into, if you're forced into a marriage and can't break up, then both parties will end up trying to make it better for the other person, making it all better, not and work out. AR says the girl that is your friend never attempt to escalate. A girl only view you as a potential stretcher, or the gay friend, and one of her girlfriends embrace the L and take advantage of the situation. What is a stretcher? I'd rather show my ugly self first because I don't want to give them like an illusion because I'm an ass. Like I'm not trying to let them down a fantasy. And I was exactly What's a SIL nickname? What does that mean? If you're completely disgusted with the prospect of a relationship, then you're not ready for a relationship. Like, I mean, or you don't want any, and that's okay. I think that's fine. Not everyone's going to want to be in a relationship. Aromantic. Isn't aromantic... Aromantic... What is aromantic? What is aromantic? I feel like I've heard that before. Person whose romantic orientation is... Wait. You're experiencing little to no romantic attraction. The term... Oh, I see. So just... I get that. Oh, man. No romantic. How do I put up with women's bullshit, JQ? Look, I think everyone's going to have bullshit, man and or woman. I mean, men and or women will have bullshit, right? And I think like in any aspect, there's going to be people that are going to be really annoying, and you're not going to want to have any contact with them. And that's okay. Like you continue pushing, keep it pushing, find someone else. The thing is, like, I think, like, media and also the internet has, if not predisposed us, has exposed us, has exposed us to this idea or this way of thinking that everyone is replaceable. And I hate to say it's true, like, everyone is replaceable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to constantly just switch out a person to a person like a piece of clothing. People are special in their own way, and but that also doesn't mean that you need to keep them around in rotation. What do you do when people hate you for your existence? I mean, I think you gotta ask yourself is, why do people hate you? What's the reasoning? There has to be a reason. Do you think... Wait, I'm gonna put... Hold on, I'm gonna put music. Oh boy. Wow. Jeez. JQ is the Chad friend that tells you just be confident, bro. I think, like... I don't think it's confidence. I really do think, like, you have to come into a plan with conversation and where you want to lead that conversation to. So if you're going to go talk to somebody, you have to have an idea in mind of where you're going to go with that conversation and then just let it spiral out of control. So if I'm going up to find a person that I want to go and talk to that I think is cool, I mean, the first thing, I think most people are pretty like self-indulgent and are always interested in talking about themselves. For the most part, I think it also makes things easier if you ask questions. So if you go up to somebody, usually, if anything, the best thing to talk about is what someone's wearing, right? So you go up and you go and talk to them and you're like, yo, dude, I really like your shoes. Like, where did you happen to get those from? Like, I've been looking for something in a similar, like, idea, whatever. Like, do you happen to have any brands that I don't know, that you'd recommend me? Literally do what you guys do to me. Like, you guys always ask me for recommendations, but go based off, like, a clothing piece that someone's wearing and just, like, riff off that, and you just kind of riff, so. Thrifted. I learned about face complexions. Oh, like colors. Yeah, quite aware of that. ID on shoes. What if their style is ass? I mean, do you want to talk to somebody whose style is ass, you know? No plan works if you have a subhuman face. You blessed, my guy. Stop the BS. If I went to say that about someone, I will end up in a black site, never to be heard from again. AR, I'm sure you got friends, man. I'm sure you got friends. And my question is, how did you make friends then? I'm waiting for AR to respond. That is not true. I don't hate my friends. I don't think bars. Look, I want to ask you. Look, the one question that you got to ask yourself is, what kind of friend are you looking for? And if it's an individual like yourself, what areas would you hang out at? Would you hang out at a bar? Are those your types of people that you'd like to hang out? Is that a space that you think someone like yourself would like going to? The answer is no. Don't try and make friends there. If it's a coffee shop, a book place, a park, are those places and venues that you'd find interest in being in? I mean, if you'd go to an art show, then go to art shows and talk to people there. I look like an elf? What do you mean? You also gotta remember this too. If you make friends with somebody, they also got friends, and those friends got friends. So, you have access to a lot of people. I mean, you could do this anywhere. My ears look pointed. I guess so. Where did I make friends? I'll tell you my story of how I made friends with someone who I'm good friends with, and now I have other like a bunch of other friends because of them. But basically, I was roaming the streets of New York. And I came across this area of I saw this thing, right? I saw this store. This store was like pretty cool. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was like reading chat, but basically I was... Okay, AR says, the fact you refuse to believe someone doesn't have friends is proving my point. A lifetime of negative reinforcement and evidence suggests that approaching someone will end me with a cellmate that doesn't use lubricant. I mean, yeah, I guess not everyone has friends, but I'm assuming you made friends in high school or college. I feel like it's such a hard thing to not do, I guess, if you're not in places where you're kind of amongst many, and if not, have an opportunity or a reason to even be friends with people. I mean, I made friends in college, but I don't hang out with them anymore because those aren't the kind of people I want to be around. I'm good at not making friends in college. Lubricant is like lube. Lube. Look, I'll tell you this. When I came to the city, I had no friends. I came to the city with no friends. Nobody. Right? Alright, I had one friend, alright? Okay. I had one friend when I came to the city. Which was Kay, but Kay goes to college. Right? I don't go to college. When I came into the city, so I'm like reading chat, like, you know. Okay, I came to the city with no friends except Kay, but like Kay was like my one friend that I made out in Los Angeles. So I met her at a cafe, and we started talking because of what I was wearing, and we just continued to talk, and she was cool. But that's like another story I don't want to talk about right now, but ignore the comments, tell the story. So, this was also pre-pandemic, so I had so much more confidence, and I wasn't so socially inept or too socially aware that my brain thinks that like I'm yapping too much, and I'm decomplicating their life and making their life more miserable than what it is, yada yada whatever. Anyway, this is I moved here with no friends last year or 2 years ago. Actually now, but I came out here. I only had Kay. Kay was going to college and stuff, so obviously had stuff to do. Now, I was invited to a showroom, obviously because I was doing like YouTube and Instagram or whatever, and TikTok, I guess. I went to the showroom, I saw it, I left, And as I was walking, I saw this like this store that had a slide in it. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I went into it. And I went into the store and I was like, oh, where's this like slide at? And they were like, oh, it's upstairs. So I went upstairs and there was the worker there, and then like I think 2 of his friends were there that were like sitting and talking to them, and I see them and I'm like, okay, whatever. And you know, I continued walking through the store and like looking for this slide, right? And as I'm like looking at like the things that they have there, because there's like a clothes, like a pretty ass, not gonna lie. This girl like walks up to me and she was like, hey, I really like your bag. And I turn around and I'm shocked that someone's talking to me in the first place, especially because I'm alone, right? I was like, oh yeah, this is my ball sack bag. And then like we just continued talking and I asked like, oh, I was like, oh, do you go to college out here or whatever? Like are you like a Parsons major? Cause she was like kind of dressed fashionably. So I like was curious if like they were a fashion major, and they were like continue to talk to me. And then her friend came over, and this guy's name is David, and like I also asked him about like if he goes to college or whatever. And they're just kind of telling me about like what they do. And Kay also was with me, but like she was like looking at other things. So like me and her like departed, and then at some point Kay like walked over and like joins the conversation. And I was like, oh, like they, you know, were like, oh, I just met these people, like whatever. And like I was like, why don't we all go down the slide? Because like that's what we came there for. So we went down the slide and like all like separately or whatever, and like we leave, and I'm like, so what are you guys doing like later? They're like, oh, we're gonna go get dinner. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. What's your guys' Instagram? So because I wanted to get their Instagram. So I get their Instagram, and then they like invited us to go get dinner with them. And I was like, sure, like yeah, like I'd be totally down, and like so was Kay. And they were like, okay, well, let's meet up in like 10 minutes because we have to go see like another friend that we go see that's working right now. So they left and they went to go do this, and we just like we kind of waited, and they came back, and then we went to go to this place called Kanka out here in New York, and we got dinner, and they were like, oh, we invited like one of our other friends, I hope you guys don't mind. We're like, yeah, sure, we don't care. And this tall white dude was standing there with his look, and he had like a trench coat on, and I was like, dang, this guy kind of looks a little standoffish. He was like sizing us up sort of thing. That's who I'm really close with now. His name's Elliot. We like start talking. He kind of was like a little, you know, again, like kind of gauging who we are as people, which, you know, that takes a very certain type of person, you know, to just like gauge, you know. We end up being like we have a good time, you know, we get dinner, we're all laughing and stuff, and the guy with the mustache, he doesn't have a mustache now. We're all laughing, whatever, and he invites us back to like, oh, we should just go back to my place and like, you know, chat there, like, cause they're all friends. So we leave and we go and hang out with him at his place, and we just have a great time, and like we made kind of like a friend group there, and we made like a group chat, and we would like kind of all hang out every like kind of week, like once a week, when we can, like, oh hey, like we're gonna go to dinner, or like we're gonna go do this thing, like do you want to come with us? And we'd hang out, and then we'd hang out at his place, and it was pretty cool. And it was like the first kind of like real, like I've never had that ever happen to me ever in my life, where someone like interacted with me where that happened, where it's like we went to then go get dinner with them, and then like continued, and then went back to their place. Like it was so kind of surreal for me. It was like really different. As like time proceeded, like with most groups, like we start departing. The girl, her name was Marta. She ended up going back to like, I say France, I actually don't know. I keep forgetting where she goes. Like she goes back to whatever, right? And David kind of is like doing his own thing. He like moves in with somebody else and is like busy. And then me and Elliot were just kind of like, we were chill. Like I'd hang out with him one-on-one all the time, and like we just became pretty close. then he like introduced me to his friends, and his like friend group of people that he hangs out with often, and like I kind of like am now a subject in that, and I made friends through his friends. Well, I made friends through him, and like now I'm cool with his friends, and we hang out often. And then I made a friend through, you know, rooming in with my roommate that I currently live with, and my friend George now, and like we're all homies, and also now George is subjugated into that friend group that I also made through him. So now we're all kind of like homies in this friend group, so it's pretty cool. Kay wasn't next to me. I will tell you that right now. Kay was, when we went up, we like departed into like our own things, and I was alone. So Kay wasn't with me. Kay was not doing her own thing, like looking at other clothes. I was like alone, just looking at clothes. Kay wasn't even close to me. She was like on the completely opposite side. She had to like find me, and then saw that I was talking to this girl and this dude. And that's kind of like how that happened. So Kay wasn't with me. So she like came out of her own volition to go and talk to me. They saw her beforehand. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, nonetheless, like, I made friends with Elliot, and, like, the thing about Elliot was that he was telling me, he was like, you know, I actually met them, those two, alone. I met David at a movie theater, because they went to go watch the JJK movie together. So I didn't know this, but they were like barely just friends then too as well. And they barely like became friends because they watched the JJK movie together, I think. And then they had a conversation because it was only them two. And David's a really like, he just talks to everybody. He's like a talker. And I'll answer you, Supreme Dog Bull, when I do that. But so Elliot and David were like just friends, and David also introduced him to Marta also. So they were all like kind of new, and he was like, I hadn't hung out with them for a minute. So when they invited me, like I was just like, you know, why not? It was like a split decision, and like I could have never met Elliot if he decided not to go. I'm sure at some point maybe like we would have all hung out again, like, and maybe they would have invited Elliot at some point, and like maybe I would have whatever, but it kind of is, it was kind of like a one shot thing kind of, but it was pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. And now, like, you know, I'm friends with him. I made friends through Kay. Kay invited me to go hang out with these two people that she like barely like was knowing, because she was introduced to them too as well. And like now I'm friends with this guy named Leo. Me and him are pretty cool. Did I watch Too Mad? Not really. Why were you taken aback from that though? Nothing like that ever happened when you were in college. No, I mean, that never happened to me in college. Like, I would just go to my classes, get my classes done, and leave. Like, I never met someone randomly through college campus. No one ever really talked to me. I kind of was just left alone to do what I was doing. I mean, I talked to people in my class, and like I guess I made like some kind of friendships there, but they were all like, again, friendships of utility. And as soon as the class like ended, we were no longer friends. There was no reason to talk, and I would try and hang out with them, but they had their real friends, so I was just a second thought. I'm thinking of heading to NYC Saturday. Could going back from blonde to black hair a good idea? Does looking cool make you look more approachable? I don't I would assume so. But I genuinely can't. I don't know. How's NYC? Because I'm in Birmingham and I don't really understand the vibe of NY and wanted to know how life is there. Life is very fast and it's stressful and you always feel like you need to be doing something. But you kind of, I mean, there's a lot to do, but I don't know. I like it. You could travel on the trains. It's pretty fun. JQ, do you ever just think? I think all the time. I sit and ponder my orb plenty of times, and sometimes that gets me into like situations where I think too much, and sometimes overthinking's too much. Overthinking turns into rumination, and that kind of gets stuck in your brain, and you start realizing that maybe you've made a lot more mistakes than you really have, and it's all your fault. But you always have to constantly reassure yourself that like it's not your fault necessarily all the time unless you've truly actually made that mistake. Moments in time pass, you think about your past friendships, the past people that have been in your life, and it kind of isn't, it's okay. Were you ever socially active when you were in college besides classes and gym, like school clubs or something like that? In college? I wasn't in college, like, I mean, I wasn't in, I will say no, I was not socially active. I was active in talking to friends. I mean, like, people in my classes and, like, making friends through that, but I never was really on, like, I don't really, like, the thing is, I never really cared about school. I always hated going to college. I hated the people there. I hated my classes. I despised going to college. It wasn't a place that I wanted to set roots in, you know? I didn't have dorm rooms. I was traveling to school. I mean, I just took my car and drove to school. Is confidence just being proud of what you are and unafraid of being judged? I'd assume so. Being confident in yourself, yeah. How's the dating scene been for you in the city? Non-existent. I don't date, like, I mean, if you tuned in earlier to, like, our conversation about just anything in general, I will say the city here is just, everyone's just looking for hookups. I also don't necessarily like people here too much. The scene for dating here, my friend, is just, it's fast, quick pace, and nothing lasts. It's not long-term connections, and I will say that's not for everybody, but most of the whole city is very much in that mindset of just hooking up. And I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, why not? Why not feed into, like, you know, needing the monkey dopamine? I just don't wanna like proceed onward with like relationships like that with people. I want to have something like meaningful. I think everyone is like that. Am I ace? I don't think I'm ace. I'm more into like emotional connection with people, and if I don't get that, then I don't proceed onward. Like, hooking up's like pretty unhealthy for many reasons and many aspects, but I understand why people do it. I get it. I just don't participate. Cheeky, how do you make your videos? Write a script or something? Yeah, I write a script for like usually the beginning, the intros, and then I kind of riffed, kind of like what I do now. Why did I choose to go to NYC? Because of transportation. I take the bus, I take the train all the time. I don't need to drive, I don't like driving. Again, you have access to so many people here. There's so much access to everything. Everything's walkable. It's a walkable city. wanted to do, again, like, there's a lot of creatives out here that I was curious on, like, collaborating with, possibly, and there's a lot of things to do here, and I just would prefer it more than Los Angeles than ever. I don't really like it. Ban AR, please. AR is our fellow man who's on edge. My craziest NYC experience, subway experience, I literally don't have none. Like, I haven't really been in a situation. Like, people usually kind of avoid me in subways, so I don't really have anything bad. We need a little AR in chat, you know what I mean? I secondhand experienced the overdrivation of a rat. Have I heard of vultures? No, I don't know what that is. How to budget in NYC. Get roommates. And make at least like 1,500 a month. And you'll be good. You can't have guns. I think you can have guns, but like you can't carry. I don't know. How do you afford to move to NYC and stay there? By constantly grinding. Do people not know that like I make a decent living off of like YouTube? Like, I can't really say decent. I make enough to pay for rent, and I make money mostly from selling clothes, and then also Patreon. So I have like 3 sources of income that like help me live here, pay for the gym. I also have 3 roommates, and what else do I do? Pay for food. And maybe sometimes casually hang out with people and spend money, but like I gotta be a little careful. I thought you made 1,000 a month? No, I don't. I don't make 1,000 a month. Start an OF. You won't experience personal identity fully without at least spending time with them, and by hooking up from your life, you unconsciously refuse any occasions where you could have met someone. Yeah, but you don't need to hook up with people to meet people. That's kind of that's such a weird concept to have in terms of like a belief. I like, why do you need to have like a sexual experience with someone to like fully understand someone? By having physical connection with somebody that's just one part of things. It's more of a mental thing. Like, that's like a mistake waiting to happen. Just do LLC method. I mean, I do. What's my combined rent? $5,500. Would you ever be up for debates on fashion topics? I tend to argue with you in IG comments. Do you argue with me in IG comments? I mean, yeah, I usually discuss conversations in whatever people tell me on here on live chat. If you want to debate me, just send a question. I'm the Hassan Piker of fashion, I guess. Have you paid your taxes? I have to pay my taxes pretty soon, actually. Dog loss was thought. I've been through a while. Okay, are you looking for an editor? I couldn't afford to pay for an editor, and I like to edit my own videos anyways. I'm very specific with like what I like to do with my videos. Oh, that I modeled for one of their jackets? I did, yeah. That's a story for another time. Am I coquette? Definitely not coquette. How do you get rid of dead skin on your legs? You probably would use a salt scrub or scrub. I don't think hookups are necessarily, like, they're not the greatest. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I'm the destiny of fashion. My question would be, what are your thoughts on consumerism of fashion and the influx of influencers pushing high consumption? What do you mean? What do you mean my thoughts? What are my thoughts? I mean, I think we all contribute inherently to, like, the causation of just the mass overconsumption of just clothing in general. I mean, like, even me as well, like, me posting videos, maybe even me posting videos of me dressing or me wearing clothes, like, it's going to affect how people view and also might want people to consume and how I dress, because I'm just a representation of what someone might want to be looking for or want to dress like. And I cause also issues with that too as well. But I mean, how can I stop that process from occurring? And it would be not by contributing, which is by not posting videos, by not making content like that. But I mean, that's just the evolution of what the internet is, unfortunately. The high consumption of just fashion in general is just, it's going to continue going up and up and up as people continue to try and find themselves in the ever vacuous nature of following fashion and trends. It's insane. Like, dude, like, it's so insane. I'm sure you've seen this too before, where, like, I've literally seen videos, I guess it's usually just women, like, a lot talking about fashion, trends just in general. I mean, men are starting to become a thing now, but fashion's always been pushed for women anyways, but you'll hear women being like, yeah, like, you know, the new trend is, like, it's flats, right? And I've seen videos like this, and it's insane to me. It's like, yeah, the new trend is flats, and, like, I know I have cowboy boots, and I know they were, like, trends before, but, like, they're out of style, so I can't wear them anymore, so it's time to get flats. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you stop and like, say that out loud, like, I can't wear cowboy boots anymore because they're not trending, I have to go buy flats now, that is insanity. That is the mass amount of, like, I just cannot fathom saying that, like, that sentence out loud without, like, taking a gander at, like, what I'm even, like, doing, right? It's insane. Please post the philosophy video. What philosophy video? Trends are unbearably cringe. I honestly think you are one of the only influencers speaking out about it, though I still like to challenge you when I can. I mean, I enjoy when people, I think, like, no matter how much of an ego I might get when it comes to, like, fashion or whatever, like, I feel like the fact that people are willing to challenge even my own way of thinking and maybe have considering even discussion about something, I think I'm happy about, because I'm creating a community of people that are willing to challenge even my own thoughts and not just follow what I'm saying aimlessly. I think that's a better way of consuming content, just in general. Always question and consume with intent and thought. Flats are trending. Like, flats are like ballet flats. You know, that's kind of like what it is. What would you say to someone who lives in Argentina and they're barely in any fashion scene? There's only Y2K generic type. That's unfortunate, because, I mean, your experience and your approach to life is going to be influenced by what you visually see. So if you visually see the same things constantly, you're going to be only influenced by that. So by divulging into it, finding new information, things that aren't consistently being shown to you, will you find something more different? And that's always how it's been when you find history and deep dive things. You can't just be subjugated to one thing. $20 Yeezy collection. Don't care to look. Not interested. It's always interesting how, historically speaking, trends are a newer format for fashion in general. People usually wore hand-me-downs and thrifted clothing. They'd repair them too. Yeah, back in the day, it was about longevity, right? It was about taking your stuff to the cobblers to get your shoes fixed, taking things to get sewed and fixed. But now it's not about mass consumption and how companies can make a lot of money. I mean, on Entrum, I own some Entrum stuff. I own a shirt and a pair of pants and a hoodie and a sweatshirt from them. It makes pretty cool stuff. You probably answered this before, but why fashion? What do you mean by why fashion? Oh, Earthcore fits. Leather boots or combat boots? Probably like vintage boots, personally speaking, yeah. I'm actually making that video now, the You Suck at Skincare video. I'm starting to write that that kind of like, I don't want to say script, but more of like bullet points of what I need to cover. I think I'm gonna make two videos on skincare. I'm gonna make one specifically for bare bones, like minimalistic, the needs of skincare, and then I'm gonna be making a more advanced skincare video. So bare bones skincare video, like bare bones, like this is just something someone can watch the video, understand it, and just get what they need as the most minimal thing that they can possibly get. And I will recommend a few brands and stuff from various types of money. And then the next video, I will make a video that's more exposure to a more intense skincare routine. I don't think is really needed, but there's two levels to it. There's a moderate level to a higher, more extreme level, a sorcerer level of skincare. I mean, there's novices, right? The novice, I'm gonna make a novice video, which is just for anybody. And then the second video would be more of a intermediate to sorcerer level. So, yeah. Do you have any tips for scratching my head and causing dandruff? Because it's so hard to stop scratching even though I use good products. I would use a scalp tonic or salicylic acid if you can get a shampoo with that in there. That's usually really helpful for that type of stuff. I'd definitely recommend. What did I do for acne? How did I get rid of my acne was by taking care of my skin. Also diet. Diet matters heavy. I don't want to expose much of that conversation when I make that video because there's a lot more to talk about. It's not just by skincare, it's also by diet. Diet really does matter very much from. My tips don't work for your hair. For your hair? Depends. No acne scars? Not really. I mean, I just have like currently just acne from like now, but I don't think I have any acne scars now. Yeah, you can get rid of acne scars with I think something acid, right? Hyaluronic acid, or I think there's like vitamin C. I think vitamin C, but like there's been studies that vitamin C, like putting a topical, like aka like an oil on your face, isn't absorbed fully versus taking something by mouth. So if you take a vitamin C pill, it's better than just buying vitamin C oil for your face. So definitely recommend getting a vitamin C pill. No, dude, glasses are fire. Glasses make you look more symmetrical in your face, make you look more attractive, and I think, honestly, glasses are goated. Not woated. Dude, I can't grow a beard, really. My facial hair doesn't really grow like that. Fave Philosopher, Camus, pretty cool. Camus cool for absurdism. Yeah, I definitely would recommend reading Camus. Yeah, I do have to make a video on picking glasses, dude, yeah. I find clothing and more avant clothing general extremely interesting and something I want to pursue, but I'm worried about discovering that isn't my specific style later down the line. Well, the lucky thing for you, my friend, is if you get into Yoji or other brands and you get it secondhand for cheap, you could always resell it for the same amount of money that you bought it for and or more. So you can always get rid of things, and I do that all the time with stuff. So there's more of a safety net when it comes to buying designer, just because you always get your income back, but that's only if you buy it secondhand for cheap. But if you buy it brand new, you're gonna always take a loss. So is there another city that I'd like to live? Probably, I think, like, it'd be kind of cool to live in Portland for a little bit, but it'd be kind of boring. Camus anti-Christian, like anti-God, I believe, I think. Our dog's doing well. I want to bring him next year. If I keep getting, if I get streams to, you know, pay me well, you know, if I get paid well during streams, if I continue to make like $5 a stream, $10 an hour at least, 15. If I get minimum wage a stream, that'd be kind of fire. That'd be pretty fire. I need more pay pigs in here. Yeah, Camus is an absurdist, yeah. I do agree. So I don't, yeah, I guess that is anti-God, right? Make OF. No, I don't want to sacrifice my values. Yeah, regards are pretty cool. My day was pretty great. I got my sutures taken out of my mouth. I don't think you can see that. Dude, like, it's like nasty. I don't think anyone wants to really see that. Why is my jawline so sharp? It's because I'm I think it's just genetics. I've been like this since I was younger. It does feel so good to have my sutures out and start to eat. Do I just earn from donations? No, I make money through like the ads that play on streams and also YouTube videos that people watch or decide to watch. If they want to watch, you know. Seems like I've been streaming a lot, like, recently. I'm gonna link my new video. Nah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna link the new video. I can't do that. I can't just publicly post that right now. So I have my new video, like, I'm gonna be putting it out, like, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. It's about, the video is called, "You Didn't Find Your Style, the Internet Dressed You." Oh wait, no, sorry. "You Didn't Find Your Style, the Internet Did." That's kind of what it's named. That is the, that's the video. So I hope everyone enjoys that video when I post it. The For You page did. I mean, yeah, I guess a For You page would work, but it's like a long title. I think the internet kind of encapsulates what I'm talking about. The internet's like mass thing, but I mean, I guess I'm talking about like more of like the internet's like a general thing, right? Ever thought about picking up instruments? Your long bony fingers would look good on a piano, and it fits you as a whole. Are you serious? I used to do guitar. I used to play guitar. I used to play guitar a lot, but I just lost it. So no stream early access to the video. I mean, I'd rather everyone watch it while, you know. That's what I'd recommend. Also, changing products fast is the best way to your skin. Yes, you're supposed to allow your skin to to feel fine, kind of like it'll mess up your skin barrier basically, so you don't want to do that. I do plan on making a tattoo video pretty soon, so that's kind of like what I'm doing. I mean, if anyone is curious about like my playlists, I'll link my most, I guess, like people really like this playlist, but you guys can look at it. What would I call my style? Technically darkwear, or just avant-garde. Avant-garde. You should do a paid fit pick rating on stream, by the way. I guess I could do that, like with Discord, right? That could be fun. I remember I was doing like I was doing this thing where I had people join my Discord, and I would drag them into like a call, and we'd have like conversation on stream, which was kind of fun to do. Oh yeah, if you make me a playlist, I'll take a gander. I've listened to your Spotify for a while and it made me depressed AF, bro. Have some fun static tunes. Have some fun static tunes. I can't imagine that you work out to feeling undefinable. I do not work out to that. I work out to Energetic Sounds. Energetic Sounds is the one that I listen to when I work out. I've been playing that mostly. The Feelings Undefinable playlist is kind of, I haven't listened to that in a minute, like, because I haven't really been feeling like down or sad. I listen to Energetic Sounds is fire. It's like that one playlist that I do really like. I do also have some dark wave stuff that I listen to too on occasion. Or it's called Sounds with Energy. That's the playlist that I really like. It's a really good playlist. Like, Heel Bite's pretty cool. It's just like, you know, wear and just wear and tear. Do you listen to albums or single songs? No idea how you can find all that. I listen to single songs. It's kind of how it is, not albums. Dang, I should charge my phone, dude. Phone's dying. Dude, if I can like if I can get like enough supers in chat, right? I would probably be able to upgrade like my streaming setup within some time. I could actually get a computer and stuff, and like I think the first thing I want to get for streaming is like I do really want to get like a lighting situation, because this lighting sucks. Like if I could get like this lighting kind of like a lighting thing, like I there's so much stuff that I could be doing like that would make my life a lot easier with lighting. JK, how did Kay get her Insta to have a gray gradient? It's so cool. It's through editing, through Snapseed, and also just like what she takes pictures of mostly, so it's very curated. Stream feels more real with the setup. I mean, like it wouldn't be so bad if like I had, like, I'm not saying like a blaring light, but like something like that was lighting like here, this, like the top of my face here, not just this half, because I only have this light here. Maybe I'll buy like another lamp or something. I don't want like I don't want like a crazy like setup. Like I want something chill, like nothing crazy, you know. How many subscribers before you start making catchy and color vibrant thumbnails? I don't know. I don't know when that'll happen, you know. I do want to show... Dude, my thumbnail is like... is kind of insane, actually. It's unlisted right now. I'm gonna show my thumbnail real quick. I'll flash it on here and check it out. So that is the thumbnail. You know, typical JQ thumbnail. Typical JQ thumbnail. You guys can copy that link if you want to go watch it. But the typical JQ thumbnail. It's pretty cool. Pretty normal. Do you want a dual PC setup or just one PC? Asking for a dual PC setup for editing and streaming. I want a dual setup, but I probably would only be okay, because this is the thing, like, if you guys want to hear my long-term plan for streaming, like, what I want to do is, like, obviously I'm going to be continue doing YouTube videos because I enjoy making content like that, but I do want to stream, like, where I play games and stuff. Like, I feel like that would be really, really kind of fun. Like, if I can get like, I want to build my own PC, have a dual monitor, edit still, like, I probably will still edit on my laptop and stuff, because, like, I just do that anyways. And I would like to play games. I think that would be fun, playing Doom and stuff while just chatting. No, I won't play League. I know, people don't like me playing League. See, the only reason I play League is because, like, my friends play League, and, like, that's the only game we kind of come together to, like, play together, so, that's kind of the only reason I play League to begin with, so. And then I could play, like, Fortnite. I don't know what people would want me to play, but I think I'd have a good time. Well, the only reason they play... Again, the only reason they play League is because they all play League, so... They've been playing Helldivers right now, and I can't play Helldivers because I don't have it, so... And my computer couldn't handle playing Helldivers, so... JQ Gambling Online. Loafers are sick. I have a pair of loafers. A pair of Margiela loafers. Alright, I'm gonna end stream. I'm like, it's 3:15. I need to start. I gotta go make dinner. I gotta start writing out a script for that video, the skincare video. Be in tune for a video of what do you call it? New YouTube video will be coming out pretty soon. Which I kind of showed. You guys will see at some point when that happens. Dang, it's 1 a.m. I mean, dude, like, we will have... What should I title this stream? Like... What should I title this stream, guys? How to talk to people? How to goon? We didn't even talk about gooning. Call it therapy. You suck at making friends. How to not be an incel. Can't believe we've been streaming for 3 hours. It's kind of insane. How to stop being parasocial. 3:15 a.m. It's 7:03 p.m. for me right now. Reasons why being an incel sucks. Jeez, that might get some unsavory people in here. Yeah. I don't think that'll be great. Such an NPC streaming for 3 hours. OMG. I appreciate you, AR. Every time you show up, man. I hope to see you more often, my friend. Oh yeah, we do share the same time zone, because it is 7:03. It is 7 p.m. right now, yeah. You suck at not being an incel. Alright, fellas, I will see you next week, Wednesday, at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might tweak that schedule around, but I kind of do like the Wednesday, Thursday streams. They're kind of fun. But I mean, again, that's what people picked. Maybe we'll fix the streaming schedule a little bit, but I think the Wednesday, Thursday streams back to back are pretty cool. But yeah, take care, everybody. I hope everyone had a great time. I'll be here to debate. All right, I'll see you next time, Dan. You can ask me better questions. I mean, you know, pull me in cord next stream. Maybe. Fix streaming so I don't have to stay till 1 a.m. Then I would have to stream earlier, I'm assuming, right? Like, because I stream at 4 Eastern Standard Time, so I know unfortunately, like, a lot of the times people can only watch stream during certain times because everyone has different time zones, but unless I streamed earlier, like at freaking like 12. Like, I don't know what time that would be in people's time zones, but yeah, we'll figure something out. But anyways, have a great day, guys, or have a great rest of your night, and I will catch you guys next week.